There you go.
Okay.
Hey,
Here, wait a minute.
nice to meet you,
Hi,
Barbara.
nice to meet you too, Mikey. Hi.
And what's your husband's name?
John. I'm
Hi,
married to
John.
John.
How are you?
Hey, hey, how you
Got that
doing?
easy.
Listen, first of all, have you seen my videos at all?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
I'm so jealous.
but
And
you
I love
like
the
them.
Beatle underwear.
They're entertaining, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh, they're really, really well done. I
Okay.
really enjoy first of all, I can't believe the guys won't eat healthy. So I love when you guys go to the
That's Joe. So just understand, it's Joe's channel. I'm on his channel. And it's a collaborative effort, okay?
awesome. I love Joe. That's how I started watching because he just was so entertaining and he loves the Beatles.
Yeah.
And then I'm so glad that you're on.
Well, that's what we want Joe to know, okay? That like I add a little bit of element of value to Joe's channel. Okay? So
forget about it. Of course you do.
Yeah, Barbara. So I just want you to know, you are the first person.
Thank you.
That we're adding this element to. I hope that someday Paul McCartney is doing what you're doing with us. Okay.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
What's the chance of that happening? I don't know.
You never know.
But the point is that I intend to have lots of guests, but you have won the award for being the first person, okay, as a guest
I'm honored
on this new aspect of the show. But I'm very excited that you were willing to do this. I have a handful of people that are saying they want to do it. Believe it or not, there are some people that they wrote to me. They want to do it, but they're scared. All right. But I appreciate it. Now, you originally sent me a list, everybody needs to know, of some of these great items that Barbara has. Okay.
Right.
So I first want to ask you, though, Barbara, because we want to make this somehow into an entertaining show. When did you first get into the Beatles? How old were you?
Okay. My mother told me that back in 1964, the Ed Sullivan Show was on. I was playing, and when the Beatles came on, my mother said I jumped up and I started dancing. And she said it was hysterical. She said I was twisting. So my mom started to dance with me. And I told her, I said, well, that should have been an indication that I was going to be a lifelong Beatles fan. And it was at that point. And then when I got older, I would go to the ball games and I would hear Fool on the Hill. And I must have been maybe in kindergarten. And I kept telling my parents, I really like that song. And when Sergeant Pepper came out, I remember being in the store with my mom and I drifted over to the vinyl section, grabbed Sergeant Pepper and went up to my mother and said, this is a really neat album. And my mom was just awesome. She was an Elvis fan. So she put up with my love for the Beatles. And she was so supportive with my absolute love of rock and roll. And she was the person that kept buying me my first Beatle albums.
Now, when did you start collecting Beatle collectibles? When did you memorabilia?
In the early 70s. I would go to garage sales and my mom would scope it out. And then I would go with her on weekends because I was in school, obviously. And I would be buying any type of Beatle thing because it was really interesting because in the 70s, a lot of these Beatle fans were getting married. Their wives or husbands were saying, enough of this stuff. You need to get rid of it. And I remember buying all of my albums at flea markets because the wives were telling their husbands, you need to get rid of this vinyl. We're now married. We need room in our house. And I remember having conversations with these people, and I was just so amazed that they wanted to get rid of their stuff. But it was good for me. So I'll show you one of the first things.
Yeah, show me one of the first things. Yep.
There we go.
Those little purses where you put the pennies in the dimes, right?
Yes. These went to high school with me to buy my lunches. And the lunches were like milk was a nickel. The lunches were a quarter. And I remember the lunch ladies gloating over my change purses every single day and having conversations about, oh, I love Paul. Oh, I love John. No, no, no. I love George. It was the greatest conversation with these women that were probably 10 years older than me, and they were still so in love with the Beatles after all that time.
Very good, good. So you got that stuff, and then you started in the 70s getting obsessed with.
Oh,
By the way, did
yes.
you ever have a Beatles scrapbook? Did you ever do anything like that?
Yes. I have
Right.
several.
Oh, you do, and you still have the scrapbooks?
Oh, yes, I do. I didn't give
So,
him anything.
so in
And
the scrapbooks, tell me like some of the things that anything unusual in the scrapbook that like sometimes these scrapbooks have tickets or whatever. By the way, you ever see the Beatles?
no, I was
No?
too young.
Okay.
A little younger than you, Mikey. Unfortunately, they had broken up by the time, and then, obviously, when they came out, I was like only 3 years old. And one time they were done touring, I was, 6. I don't think my mom was going to take me, but I've been lucky enough to talk to people that went to their concerts,
Right.
people that are older than me, and they were lucky enough to actually, one person I know went and crashed a press conference, and
Oh,
she
really?
pretended she was older than what she was. And I
What
was like, "You
city?
are
What city are you in, by the way? What city are you in?
Cleveland, Cleveland,
Cleveland.
Ohio."
Wow, Cleveland. Now you're not going to believe this. This is just a coincidence. Once again, Cleveland. I'm going to put at the end of one of these episodes. I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I had to go to a wedding only a few
Right?
weeks ago. I go sit in front of it was Bon Jovi Day. You probably know that because the Stones just went to the
Oh,
Rock,
yes.
right? They just came to town, right?
Yes.
So I'm in New York. I had to go to a wedding. I drove all the way with my wife to Cleveland, okay? Like a 9-hour ride.
Oh, yeah.
We went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame out front. I'm sitting out front. You're going to see this video. It's
Uh,
unbelievable. I'm sitting out there. This family comes up to me. You look very
no.
familiar. Were you in a band or something? I go, well, I like the Beatles. I have this thing on YouTube. They go, Mikey Arugula. They knew me. I was
Awesome.
so excited. The guy was excited to meet me. He wanted to buy me lunch. I said, no, you don't understand. I'm excited you even recognized me. Like to me, I was amazed that people would recognize me already. You know what I did in Cleveland? I didn't realize that the Christmas Story house
Of course.
is in Cleveland. Okay, Ralphie. If you know the movie, everybody, where Ralphie shoots his eye out with the gun,
Oh, yeah.
and the dogs come into the house and they
I
eat the
love it.
turkey. Well, in Cleveland, that's where
Bumpus.
that house is. Okay,
Yeah.
and I went to the house.
Oh, good, good.
Have you been there?
Oh, absolutely. And some of the cast members were there when the house first opened. So I got
Yeah,
to see the little boy, the one they
yeah,
wrapped up.
yeah. Oh,
The
yeah,
brother. Oh,
yeah,
believe me, my mother did the same thing to me in the 60s. It was like go to school and they wrap. It was so cold here all the
yeah.
time.
So
I
I
love that house.
recorded that, and I plan on trying to twist Joe's arm to show that segment at Christmas. Okay,
Yes,
because I asked the
yes.
guy when I went into that house, I asked him, "Can I film it?" I have myself with the lamp with the leg and the whole thing. So anyway, with that in mind, I'm gonna tell you one thing, other thing quick about myself
Uh-huh.
that I did see the Beatles. Not the first Shea Stadium. I went to the second
Oh,
Shea Stadium,
lucky.
66. And my father took me. All right. So I was blessed to have my father take me to see the Beatles.
Oh, you're
All
so
right.
lucky.
And I still remember him waking me up and I was asleep and my mother waving the tickets in front of my eyes. Okay. And that was a wonderful to be able to say you actually saw them. Of course,
Oh,
I've seen Paul McCartney 27 times. All right.
lucky. I only saw
You
him
know,
once.
yeah. But he's amazing. That's a whole
Yeah.
other story. But why don't you show me some of your stuff? All right.
Okay.
Let's see some of the things you got so
Oh,
that
real quick, too bad you didn't go to the Rock Hall when they had the Beatle exhibit. The
no,
Let It Be.
no, I didn't go.
Yeah,
When
it
was
was
that?
good.
When was
Yeah.
that? How long ago?
It just ended in December of this
Oh, it
year, I
did?
believe, and a couple months ago, and they had George Harrison's guitar,
Right.
um, Rocky that was all painted, and they had certain, some garments,
Yeah.
and so And like very quick about me, I'm an ex-New Yorker, and I worked at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and I went to the Fashion Institute of Technology. So my master's degree is in art, but I was really lucky that at FIT it encompassed textiles, decorative arts, those type of things. So when I became a larger, more encompassed Beatle collector, my love of the textiles and the garments just, yeah, it exploded. So
And I see some textiles right behind you. I see the textile right there. Wow. You have the dresses? Oh my God. That is awesome. You know, if I was close by, holy mackerel. So in my episode 4, that last episode, you saw the women, they were dressed up, right?
Yes.
And I said to myself, I got to get the dresses so they could try them on. Okay. When do you come to New York? You ever come to New York?
I got to see that Paul McCartney exhibit, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I was gonna try and get there before September.
You mean like the one at Brooklyn? Brooklyn?
Yeah.
I just went there. I also filmed that. I went that.
Oh, nice.
I went the day after he was there.
Oh, God.
He was there on the opening day. I was there the next day.
He should have waited for you.
Yeah. By the way, my whole life is missing Paul McCartney. Okay. You should only know. Listen, let me tell you this one, Barbara. And I know I do a lot of talking, but that's the way that I entertain everybody. When I was 13 years old, okay, I went to England, which was 1968. And I went all the way to Campbellton, Scotland, okay, and went to his farm. And he wasn't there. He wasn't there, of course, when I went. All right. But I went all the way there, but I got 2 things from the trip. First of all, the caretaker went in the house, and I didn't know it at the time. He gave me a picture which Paul obviously didn't care about anymore. It was him and Jane Asher with Martha, the dog. Okay, right off of his piano. Okay, and then remember when he had chipped his tooth?
Yeah.
Okay, he had to see the dentist in Scotland. I have the dentist card that they gave me when he went to that dentist. The people's still sorry for me because I didn't see Paul McCartney, and it's a little town. So they gave me the dentist card with Jane Asher and Paul McCartney's signature on it.
Oh, so my God.
That'll be in another episode.
That is so awesome.
Yes. But
yes, sir. So I guess you want me to just show you a couple things that I really.
Well, no, before you do that, I want to know, once again, you see those dresses?
Yeah.
If you come to New York, not for me, but if you happen to come to New York, I need you to put those dresses in a suitcase with you and bring them so that the women, they can put the dresses on and do a fashion show. And you'll be in it. You'll be in the episode with the dresses.
I'll think about it.
Listen,
I'll think about it.
I only need 3 or 4 dresses.
Okay, I'll think about it for sure.
All right. I know I got to twist your arm on this one. Okay.
Okay. So
how many dresses do you have? How many?
1, 2, 3, 11.
How'd you get so many dresses? Where'd you get them?
Because I've been collecting them for years. I literally do so much like research. Like I get them all from Europe. Let's put it that way.
Let me see those dresses.
I didn't get anything from the States.
Show me those dresses again. Show us the dresses one more time.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, man, I am jealous. You see, people think I have like a lot of collectibles. They don't understand that these dresses are big bucks. This is crazy. This is fantastic, man. I love those dresses. You got the blanket, you got the dresses. The dresses, I'm jealous. Look at the scarf that goes with the You got the scarf to go with the dresses. This is sick. I'm jealous.
You used to work in a museum. You expect somebody that worked at a museum to be sick.
This is awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay. Show me some more stuff. Show me more.
Yeah. I got this.
Tell us what this is.
This is a watercolor of George Harrison. that was made by some art student in Cleveland. And I bought it at the flea market when I was basically 11 years old for $2. And I remember the artist, I told him how much I loved it. And he said he was going to school at the Cleveland Art Institute, needed some money, and he was getting rid of his stuff.
Wow.
I mean, basically, look, it's on a piece of paper, you know. I had, look at that. The cord from, like, you know, when you get bread on or your pastry, the pastry cord. This is how old this is. And I always have this hung up in my room. But the guy did a phenomenal job, just phenomenal.
Yeah, sure. It's
and
just
his
like the
name,
Avedon picture.
Mr. Legend. That's all I know his name. And I hope he was successful with his career. But I remember being really like super, super nice. And like I said, I bought it. I was with my mom. How shocking. And so another thing, I really enjoy the things that have to do with women back in the 60s being enamored with the Beatles and how they niched the market towards these young women who were like teenagers. And so what else did they do? They got lipstick and they have their powder.
Yeah. See, like I have the powder case. I have, but I don't have the lipstick and I don't have the box.
I got this from England also. But what's really cool, look at that. It even has the tag still on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I remember my mom always having, you know, these lipstick containers. And mom said you used to buy like a little, like a cartridge, and then you'd open it up and you slide the cartridge in, and then you just would reuse the same thing over and over and over. You weren't like today, like you buy the plastic one and you use it and you
John, do a close-up of this thing so we can see it. Nice. Now, what's the other one? The other one you said it's like a different version, right?
Right.
Yep. Nice. Fantastic. And who's the maker of that? What's the make? Stratton?
Yes.
Great, great. Boy, that's an expensive item though, because you got a perfect shape.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, again, it's like here you go.
Nice. Oh, it says Stratton even.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And so you see, Mikey, like in back of the day, and again, God bless my mom because she knew all this stuff. You had like this little, say you had the powder in there.
Yeah.
And then you had your protective netting you put over it, and then you just put it on your face.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I hope some other people watching this get excited because I'm getting all excited.
Well, it reminded me of the cigarette case you had. When you pulled that out, it was the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I've never seen a cigarette case that you have.
Yeah. You know, some of these things I have, I don't even know if they're real. And then I go on a site like Beatlebelia. I don't know if you ever gone on Beatlebelia.
Once in a while. You know something? If you like it, who cares if it's real?
That's what I say. That's what I say. By the way, I also say now, look, even the stuff that wasn't real, okay, is 50 years old. It's 50 years old.
Right.
And it went through a lot of trouble to make these things. You know, some of my favorite items, which I'm not going to show tonight because it's about you, are the things that are like made by fans. Like, remember the last episode where she's wearing the clothing, the Sgt. Pepper outfit?
Yes, loved it.
It was beautiful.
Yes.
But your dresses, you know how I use the saying, you're going to drool? I'm drooling over those dresses right now.
And I'm drooling over your collection, please.
Yeah, by the way, also another thing. We have fans in England, all different over the country. When I start talking this New York lingo, they don't know what I'm talking about. All right? Drooling. Let me explain to you what I mean by drooling. For you people who don't even understand me. All right? When you get a dog in front of you and you hold out a piece of meat, this dog starts to drool because he's all excited. That's what I'm talking about. She's got dresses. Mikey's excited. Okay. I don't have it. I don't have one of those dresses. And maybe I'll find eventually one, but I'm never getting the amount of dresses you got. That's unbelievable.
I've been doing it for years. Like, you know, you were talking about, and again, you know, having a fashion background, working in the industry in New York. And so it's like if you're in that mode, you're constantly looking, and that's why I love garments so much. I think it's, and a lot of these garments, like, that I purchased, like the one I bought in England, it was like the woman had a written note saying she made it out of the textile she bought from Holland. And, so a lot of these things were handmade. It's just amazing. Like, like we have here, these are like drapes.
Yep.
And
they took the material and they made it into other things.
Yes.
I have a Beatle bedspread made out of that material.
Oh, nice.
Made out of that material.
Lucky.
Yep. And that red one is a special one. I like that red one.
Yeah, I've never saw that before. I just got it.
No. Fantastic.
And what's really nice is that these textiles, it's a plain weave. It's made out of cotton, and it's so sturdy. It's like amazing how these textiles held up over all the time. This is, like this is
they still have the vibrant color. Exactly. They haven't lost their color.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. And talking about more like a fashion, it took me a while to get these, but I absolutely love them.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are nice ones. Those are like
the go-go boots.
Yeah. Very nice.
And then, of course, the sneakers.
Yep, they're all wingdings, right?
My mom did not get me the Beatle wingdings when I was a kid, but I had just the plain sneakers.
Yeah.
And I remember going to gym class. It was very uncomfortable. And so I kind of laugh when I see these shoes that are not been worn by these girls. I'm like, yeah, they probably pinched their feet like, right in the front like mine. But really, really thrilled to have them.
Are those life masks? The life masks, are they handy?
Yeah. Let's see.
I'll get two.
Oh, husband's gonna.
What happened? Barbara's gave me a list when she first wrote to me. I asked her for like the top 10 things she had, and she told me that's why I'm aware of some of these items. So, because I want people to see them if they can. In a way, that's kind of creepy, but that's his real face.
This is as close as I'm gonna get to him.
How did he make that? Was that made by putting it really on his face? Do you have any idea of how they made
absolutely. That? It was for give my regards to Broad Street. They made a life mask of it. So I bought it from the guy in California.
That's crazy.
Crazy. So there's the mold. And I do not want to paint it. I like it. It's like Greek sculpture.
Very good. Very nice.
And it's so detailed.
That is, it's crazy. A little spooky, but you
gotta love it.
All right.
Do you have anything else you want to show us?
Yes, I do. I had originally written to you regarding this.
What is that?
Who knows? I bought it on eBay, and it's not 3D printed. It's regular plastic, very light. It's hollow. Someone painted it.
But do you think it was like originally colored and then they painted it, or no?
Well, the whole thing is I don't know. I don't know if it's like, from this one or not. But see, when you buy these, they come in different parts, and you have to put.
And that's solid. In other words, that's a solid one.
So if anybody knows, I would appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, what we do is, if guys, write to Mikey Arugula at Gmail, right? And if you write to me, by the way, maybe you'll want to be on the show. All right. Barbara, like I said, has broken the ice for me. Okay. She's a pioneer.
Oh, Lord.
A pioneer willing to be on the show with a cuckoo guy like me. Fantastic. Well,
I lived in Brooklyn for a long time. So crazy people are from Brooklyn.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure you get mail on that one. I would like to share something with you. It's nothing I bought, but it's a memory that I'd love to share with everybody.
Tell me.
Oh, there it goes.
Can you see it?
Can you guys see it okay?
I see that it's the Sergeant Pepper outfits.
Yes, that's me, obviously.
And where was that?
This was at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where I used to work with the curator, Richard Martin. This was in an exhibit that I was lucky enough I was his administrative assistant, and I got to see the workings of how this got put together. It was in 1999. And it was the last show that Richard Martin put on. And he was a wonderful curator in charge at the Costume Institute. You know, like the party of the year, that was like our department did that. And what was really interesting, and as you can see, everybody, when the things came in, they were just about to wheel them into the exhibit. You can go on the Met website and you can see the exhibit and it was called Rock Style, and it was in 1999. It was for the party of the year. And what I have is great memories of when John Lennon's outfit came in. Yoko was so phenomenal. Her assistant came over, a couple other people, and they came in with John's outfit. And it was just like I wish I could have met Yoko, but it was a really nice experience dealing with the different people. There was a man that worked on the on these original outfits. I got to meet him, and he came to measure the garments, and it was just really, really great to see the outfits. And Paul had sent his in, and so this is close to the Beatles like I could get. And Ringo had his all stored away, and it was just awesome. Unfortunately, that's not George's original. They didn't want to send his outfit at the time, but that's Paul's, Ringo's, and John's, as we all know as Beatles fans.
Wow.
But it was really neat being part of that experience, and that was just a really great memory.
No,
really,
that's a great one.
Yeah.
That's very unique. That's a different, it's not something that everybody else would have a memory like that.
It was as close to the Beatles I could get.
I hear you. I hear you. Is there anything else you want to show us?
I have an obsession over Apple, and I wish that there was a book or something out there. And I have one garment from Apple that I bought, and I got this.
Let's see it. By the way, these Apple garments now, the full garments,
right,
are going for big bucks.
Yeah, this I got in France, and I love stuff by the Fool. I love that they had. When I went to England and I saw the former place where they had painted that big mural, and I'm walking down the street, I'm like, oh, no wonder everybody got, all up in arms. It was a very upscale area, just like.
Barbara, let me just interrupt you for another thing, talking about the Apple boutique. We're talking about the store, people that don't know this. In 1968, they had a store. The day I got to England with my parents, was the day the store closed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The store closed the day I got there. That was my timing with everything. All right. That's how I know the Apple boutique. I never got in it because they closed it and they gave everything away the day that I got there. By the time I got, I heard about it in the newspaper, I missed out.
They had such great designs. And I remember reading how John had said, oh my God, even the labels are made out of silk. And I mean, it's just a great design. Look at the flare.
Yeah, that I've never seen. I've never seen that.
And
that has the label in the collar, right?
Oh yeah. And what I love is, like, there's the back of it.
Yup. It's very special.
And there,
yeah, there's the label. Do you know that they just sell that label now for like $500?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
The label itself.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think that. Oh, sorry. I'm totally goofing this up.
There it is. That's the
sorry about that. Here, pull it up. There we go.
Yep. The Apple label. Beautiful. Fantastic.
And it's made out of silk, like I said. That's how classy this place was. And I love the Fool. I love their work. I thought it was just phenomenal.
Well, the fact that you were involved with textiles and you went to the Fashion Institute,
right,
this all ties in with everything you told us.
Right.
Yeah.
And
we're going to do something now, Barbara.
Yes, sir.
Once again, we're experimenting. You see the boxes behind me?
Yes.
Okay, you know how I open up boxes? Well,
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna pick a box now. Okay?
Oh,
You're
okay.
gonna pick a box for me to open. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm kind of pointing to boxes, and you'll tell me which one you want to open. I
Is
move
there something
boxes
with-
behind me so you could pick. I want it to be interactive, and then I'll open it up.
I like the white one on the top there. Right
Which
there
one?
in the
This
left,
one?
left. That one.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm
You
sure.
want this one, right?
Yes. Does it
Okay.
say Fragile on it?
Yeah. By the way, that's why you noticed I said it that way, Fragile.
I know, I love
Because
it.
I had just gone to the hopefully people know what we're talking about. But anyway,
Right.
I'm gonna open this
Christmas
up
house.
now. All right. Let me see if I can open it up on the screen. Because I don't have Joe here helping me with the camera work. This is all me now, just being on the Zoom. So I'm opening this thing up. Everybody, I'm gonna try and open it up without killing myself and slicing my wrist. People are telling me I got to get a different cutter. Let's
True.
see what this is. By the way, I want to tell you the date I got this. August 8th, 2022. That's the date that this has been laying around. So let's see what it is. Oh, yeah, everybody. Okay, I'm opening up the box. Okay. I have no idea what's in here. Hopefully it's not a piece of junk. I do buy some weird stuff that's no good. We're stuck with whatever
That's
you told
okay.
me. Okay, let's see what it is. Boy, this guy wrapped this a lot. Oh, it's not that terrible. Nothing great. But look, Let It Be just came out, right?
Oh.
But years ago, Let It Be was out. Okay, now they've redone it. It's on the Disney Plus right now. But this is what everybody had in the old day, the VHS version. All right. You could have bought in the 80s. You could have bought it. They released it. And then they finally took it away. So I wanted to get a working version of Let It Be. But think about this. When I bought this in 2022, I didn't know yet about what was going to happen with the redoing of the whole movie and the footage. I bought this ahead of time. But that's what this is. So
I have a laser disc.
Funny you said that. In this pile of nonsense somewhere, I got the laser disc also.
That's the only thing I had.
Yeah.
That was like the only thing you could get.
By the way, you know what I have laser disc of for the Beatles? You ever see the Help laser disc? It's fantastic. The Help movie laser disc, because it has commentary. It has like you could listen. They talk about behind the scenes, and you can listen to the laser disc format. Was a great format.
Yes.
I loved it. So, Barbara, anything else you want to add to this beautiful event that we just did?
No, it was just, I just, it's been wonderful. And it's an obsession and it's a love. And the Beatles brought so much joy into my life. And I obviously am a lifelong fan. And it was it's the backdrop music for my life. And I listen to certain songs and it brings back great memories. I love all the solo work. I have been a fan of each one of them together. And again, like I said, solo, it's just amazing. What an amazing group of people and what they brought to our lives and getting people all together, like
look, it brought us together. It brought us together.
Yes.
And it's almost like if people don't like the Beatles, they can't be in my life. Okay. Like, it's
exactly.
It brought us joy. We measure our lives based upon what the Beatles were at what time of life. And my kids, I've raised them on it. Family, I have a granddaughter now. I'm making her learn everything, and
excellent.
She's loving it. It's amazing how it's all positive stuff. That's what the Beatles are about. It's all positive. When Now and Then came out, that was it was such a tearjerker. Not the song by itself, but when I combine it with that video,
and
I saw them together again, That was unbelievable, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
And
tremendous.
it was so well done.
Yeah.
And I cried. It just tugged at my heart because it was like, you know, I wanted to say in front of the Dakota, meet John Lennon, but I was too young to come to New York. And it broke my heart the day that it happened. And so when I was watching the video, I'm like, oh my gosh, we were so robbed of so much music that could have happened. And then when George passed away, it just was so sad. And it was sort of like that song was able to make up in a way.
I think it was a beautiful thing that Paul and Ringo were able to, like,
I'm so glad they did
kind of
it.
like put a finishing touch on everything. It was tremendous.
Yes, Paul was phenomenal. Ringo, you know, again, the drums, they're just great. They're just great. And wonderful people too. And you can see, I mean, like you know, like when Ringo every year with the peace and love at his birthday and everything, you know, it's like always positive energy from Paul and Ringo. It's great.
Well, listen, I really appreciate you doing this. Hopefully you and I are not the only ones who are watching this show. Okay. I mean, it's being recorded. We're going to put it up. Hopefully I can convince Joe to do it. All right. And I think it's a fun thing we did. I think it's a little bit entertaining. And I really appreciate it. Thank you for breaking the ice with me. All right. And if you ever come to New York, all right.
Yes.
Please consider maybe even bringing 2 dresses. You can come. By the way, you come to meet Mikey Arugula, you get breakfast. Okay.
Oh, well,
you get the Mikey Arugula breakfast. Okay.
You better get the olive oil out.
Yeah. You come and have that. And your husband, John, can come too. I treat you to breakfast. Then we do a little episode. We put the dresses on the women. They come out. They wear it. You can dictate the whole show. All right. And they'll never leave your sight. Okay.
There you go.
And if you got a new destination to go to. All right. So look, thank you so much.
Thank
Barbara,
you.
I'm going to turn off the recorder.
Okay.
But then stay on 1 more minute. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Hey, everybody. Don't forget, you're going to watch the next episode. I got a great episode coming up. It's going to be, I'm always trying to outdo the other episode. All right. Take care. All right. So Barbara, we're doing a recording again. We're going to just quickly go through all your items like it's a separate thing. So look, we just did a great episode, but I convinced Barbara to show us some of her goodies that we never got to see quickly. So let's just go through some of these items.
This is my Apple shelf.
Yeah.
And
what's that Apple thing there? That's Apple underwear? What is that?
Yeah, it is.
That's the underwear.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. The underwear I had was really raunchy. But that's real Apple underwear from the store.
Yes, it is. And it's like, again, I got it, you know, in England, you know.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's go to the other shelves.
Oh, we got, you know, can you see? There we go.
Very nice.
My rings that I bought, you know.
Yep.
Combination when I was a kid and when I got older. My blow-up dolls that my mom bought me, you know. And of course my yellow submarine.
You got the color forms. You got the color forms there.
They're not complete, you know.
Yep, but you have them. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to show that in one of my episodes. And you got the yellow submarine notebook.
Oh yeah, of course. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. I just totally,
You got a great collection.
Thank you.
People think I have a good collection, but when they start to see everybody else's, they're going to realize I'm just a regular guy. All right. You got there you got the wallet. You got a wallet there with the Beatles on it. Look at all those wallets you got. I understand that sometimes there are Canadian versions of the wallets. I never seen them. They're rounded or something.
Oh yes. No, I don't have that. I saw it once on eBay. and he
Yeah,
wanted like $800 or something. It was
right.
black, it was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't get that. So
Keep walking
you know,
around the room. Let me see. You got the thing that goes on the cake. You got the
yes.
magnet. You got the magnets for the hair on the bottom. Go down a little below. There you go. Where
Oh
you
yeah.
put the magnets on the hair to put the hair back on. Right?
Right, you got it.
Now that box, is that a real blue box or a
Yeah.
repo?
No, it's a real one. It's like missing.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's missing part of it, but it's a real one.
Is there anything in it or it's empty?
No,
Oh,
it's empty.
yeah. Awesome.
And then, these are just, I have just those.
Beautiful.
And
Yeah, you got your Halloween stuff, your stockings to the left. I see.
I remember sweating to death in these Halloween outfits. I'm at Ringo.
Oh, you had Ringo too?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I have, the stuff everybody else buys, the calendar, the book. I just got that for my birthday, for my best friend. Of course, the dolls. They're, everybody loves these.
Is the Beatle punch outs on top that book? Is it in good shape?
Yeah. Perfect shape.
Great.
Yeah, nothing's punched out or anything.
You got a lot of goodies there. Does your husband, I didn't ask you, does your husband like the Beatles?
He loves them. He has to.
He has to, right?
Exactly.
That was easy. That's
Hey.
easy.
Hey, John,
Yeah,
thanks a lot for putting up with us today.
absolutely. Oh my gosh, it's a shared passion. She's wonderful. I always liked the Beatles, but I've come to love the Beatles much, much more because I love her too.
Oh,
So,
you're a good man. You're a good man.
Yeah,
Well, I
she's-
wish you guys a good summer, okay? And once again, even if you don't bring the dresses, when you come to New York, you have my cell number. I gave it to you.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
You
We'll
say,
keep in touch.
Mikey, I'm coming to New York. I want my breakfast. We'll get together. We'll get Joe, if Joe's willing to do it. We'll get together for
Oh,
breakfast.
good.
We'll videotape a little, and then we'll have another little segment. Okay?
I do demand a slice of New York pizza and a
Don't
bagel,
worry.
please.
I know where to take you for that too. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
All right.
what I miss about New York. So
All right, listen. Thanks
Yes.
again so much for doing this. And once again, please keep in touch. And,
yeah, we will. I'll keep in
and,
touch.
And also, I'll let you know when the episode with you is going to be on. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank
Okay,
you. It was
bye,
great
everybody.
talking to you.
Okay,
Nice to meet
bye.
you, Mikey.
Take care, man. Bye. Bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.